The Charlotte Hornets are one of those teams that I felt made sneaky good moves in the playoffs. I mean, not in the playoffs, in the offseason to improve their team going into the 2021-22 season. They were in the play-in last year, which was, I think, a surprise for a lot of people, a good step in a positive direction for the organization, the franchise, the team, whatever you want to call it. Do I think they'll be in that position this year? We'll talk about that later. But for now, let's talk about their offseason a bit. They lost some players. Um, they lost Malik Monk, who they just, they let him go. In free agency, he went to the LA Lakers. Um, they lost Cody Zeller, but they upgraded at the position with Mason Plumlee, who has 2 years left on his contract and a pretty good contract at that. And they traded Devontae Graham to the New Orleans Pelicans for a first round draft pick, which I think the Hornets won that trade. You get a future first round pick from a team that you don't really even know. There's a chance they're still going to be in the lottery, even though they have a talented team. Let's just say that. There's a chance they'll still be in the lottery. You don't just let Devontae Graham walk. You get something in return, and you don't overpay a Devontae Graham, who's really just going to be a backup for LaMelo Ball. They bring in Mason Plumlee, like I mentioned. They drafted 3 rookies. They drafted James Bouknight, who is most likely going to take over scoring duties from Malik Monk that Malik Monk had off the bench, obviously. Um, they drafted Kai Jones, a young center who I imagine is going to be their center in the future. Probably when Mason Plumlee's contract is up in 2 years, or maybe even before then if he breaks out, who knows? But I think him playing behind a vet, not being thrown into the fire right now, is best for him. I like to see organizations doing that with young players, especially guys that were drafted, later in the first round. Not saying they're not capable of it, but usually you like to implement them in slow. You don't want to rush the process. You want them to feel comfortable. You want their development to go smoothly, see what they need to work on, such and such. And they also added Kelly Ulbrich Jr., who I think is going to be a great addition off the bench. I think he's going to give them a lot of scoring off the bench along with a James Bouknight. Um, and they got him on a decent deal. I think they made some really good moves. They also added Ish Smith, who isn't really going to give you much, but is a very solid veteran backup in the league. They also re-signed, or I believe extended, one of the two, Terry Rozier. So Terry Rozier is locked in for the foreseeable future. So you have, you bring in your starters back. You still have LaMelo Ball, the clear cut center of the organization. You still have Terry Rozier, who you just bought back. Nice veteran scoring guard who can get hot. Is perfect, I think, next to LaMelo. You still have Gordon Hayward, who played much better last season. If the Hornets were much better, you probably could have argued that he was an all-star early in the season when the Hornets were playing really great. A lot of people did argue that he was an all-star, me being one of them, but did not work out that way. He did only play 44 games last season. Obviously, health is always going to be an issue for Gordon Hayward moving forward. But if he can play majority of the season and put up good numbers for you like he did last season, you're in a good spot. And every time Gordon Hayward was on the court, he more than likely produced for them. So I like to see what he does moving forward. I think Charlotte is a good spot for him. But hopefully he can stay healthy because availability is the best ability. You still have PJ Washington. You have Miles Bridges. Like I said, you have Mason Plumlee now, but you also have Kai Jones, the young center, backing him up. And they also drafted another rookie who, in my opinion, has the best name in the NBA with JT Thor. I don't know what he can do on the court, but his name alone, I like him. But yeah, I like this young core with the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets I've mentioned in spaces on Twitter. Shout out to Chris Hoop Spaces. Shout out to my boy Gifted Blade. Um, Killing the Spaces game right now on Twitter. I've mentioned that the Charlotte Hornets are one of my League Pass teams. I do have NBA League Pass. No, you can't have my login. Don't ask. I do have NBA League Pass. I have a few teams. that I'm going to be actively watching this season. The Charlotte Hornets being one of them, the Washington Wizards being one of them, the Houston Rockets, the Indiana Pacers, Chicago Bulls. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to watch all of them, but the Charlotte Hornets are high on my list, man. They're a fun team to watch. Their broadcast team is fun and gives energy to whoever's watching and the team alike, whether you're a fan of the team or not. But I love their young core. I love the talent they have on this team. I think they can really surprise some people going into the season, kind of like the Memphis Grizzlies did the season prior. Possibly get into a play-in position, upset one of those teams that didn't really want to be in that position and sneak their way into the playoffs. I would love to see that, although it's not expected. But I do believe they can be one of those teams where the top contenders in the league go into Charlotte, or the Hornets come into their home on any given night, and they take Charlotte for granted, and Charlotte hands them an L, specifically towards the back end of the season where the standings are going to matter the most. I can really see this team being that spoiler team for a lot of contenders moving forward. Not expecting too much out of the Hornets. Like I said, most of this is, oh, I could see this happening, but I don't expect it to happen. I wonder if LaMelo will make his first All-Star game this year. That would be fun. I would like to see that, but it is a little tough with all the talent in the East and West. But yeah, I don't have too many high expectations for the Hornets. I just hope they continue to develop these young guys that they have, continue to build this chemistry with this young core team, along with the veterans they have on the team. Um, they're gonna be fun. That's not really, I don't have to say continue to do that. It's gonna be a fun team to watch. I'm gonna have fun watching them. But let me know in the comment section down below if you're gonna watch the Charlotte Hornets and if you're gonna have fun watching them. If you're a Hornets fan, let me know what you thought about the offseason. Do you feel y'all won the Devontae Graham trade? Did you want him back? I imagine y'all feel like y'all won, but I still want to get y'all opinions. Leave a like on the video, hit the subscribe button, and ding the notification bell so you know when your team video comes out next. It's only 3 left, baby. We right around the corner. I'm about to push these out. Appreciate y'all for supporting this entire series, this entire month. It's been amazing doing these. It's been fun doing these. It's been fun chatting with people in the comments, seeing people chat with each other in the comments. People hate me for my opinions. It happens. It's YouTube. I know how that goes. But until tomorrow, holla at y'all. Peace.